Hello, internet friends. It's been a couple days since I've been able to work on a plane. Now, you wouldn't know that because the power of YouTube makes you think that I'm actually achieving 1 hour per day. But let's see. It's probably been about 3 days because I had to travel for work. Then the next day I was kind of exhausted. And then the day after that, what did I do the day after that? Oh, that was today. Anyway, there were some house projects I had to catch up on, yard work, and of course, when I was doing yard work, I was trimming pulling weeds and cutting the little palm trees, those little turds that keep sprouting up everywhere. So anyway, as I was cutting or snipping the young palm trees out of the ground, I snipped the extension cord that I had run from the garage to power my smoker, which meant, okay, now instead of just running another extension cord, I should actually just make an external power, what's that called? Just power plug, right? Yeah, outlet. That's what it's called. So yeah, so that, of course, that required no less than 8 trips to Home Depot. But I finally got that done. So anyway, that's what had happened for the past few days. Anyway, today I was feeling super lazy, but thought, you know what? No, I'm going to go do my at least 1 hour of work, and I ended up putting 2 hours of work into the plane. So yay me. So what I'm working on here is page 26-17 in the plans. It's these step weld attachments. Now these come already powder coated from Vans, and you just have to cut out and deburr these flanges that you rivet on after you countersink where you rivet them onto. So that's what I'm doing here. Then we're going to work on, let's see, what else? Basically more step attachment stuff. If you've ever wondered, why does it take 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hours to build a plane? Well, it's because every one of these little parts is like an hour, right? And you see this little part, most of it's already done for you, right? Oh, well, yeah, except this part where the plans say, hey, you should use a -5 rivet here, but actually a -5 is a bit too long, so you should shorten it a bit. So then you gotta go do, 10 of these and shorten them up. And yeah, so, each one of those adds a little time, and by the time you know it, an hour has passed and you spent an hour building this little part. And so all the little parts add up, but this is why you need to spend 1 hour per day working on your project. Now, I say that, and I know I do have some work stuff coming up that's going to keep me pretty busy, so hopefully this week is productive, because next week will definitely not be productive. And the week after that, I think I'm going to training for the RV-14 up in Oregon. So that week will also not be productive. But, well, I mean, for the plane, it'll be productive in that I'll actually get to fly an actual RV-14. So pretty excited for that. Let's see, do we have any other updates? Well, I did spend an hour today finally organizing the subkits in numerical order on my bench, or on the storage area of my bench. So now they actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I kept going to the inventory list and saying, well, what is this part that I need? Oh, it's in subkit 5. Well, where's subkit 5? I don't know. It's one of those that are down there, and then digging through all of them to find it, and eventually, I got tired of that. So today I was just like, you know what, I'm finally going to organize this in numerical order. Except for number 8, because number 8 has all the longerons in it. I think there might be another one that's too long to do in numerical order, but otherwise, all the rest of them are all in numerical order. Okay, so we magically jumped from not primed pieces to primed pieces, so you can infer what happened there. And while I'm attaching these doublers to the rib attach plates, no, step attach ribs, that's what they're called, we're about to see another place where I thought I was smarter than the plans and not following along. So it's kind of confusing because if you look at this page 16, it looks like you're supposed to get all these ribs ready and then attach them to the skin, because that's what you did in the previous step with the lower or forward ribs. But nope, it's just saying get them ready and build these assemblies. So, I went ahead and Quicoed them all to the skin and got some help from the kids to do that. And I'm about to realize, like, oh, this part does not actually fit on the ribs because one of them's in the way. So then I have to take it apart. Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. For right now, I'm finishing attaching some nut plates. And of course I screwed one of them up, so then I have to drill it out. Again, how does a plane take $1,000 to build? Because when you're building these little parts, each one of them is going to take an hour, because you're either going to screw up a rivet or a nut plate or something that you're going to have to drill out and fix. And that's the most frustrating part, because smashing a rivet, it takes about 2 seconds to make sure you're good. And then yeah, when you mess it up, it takes a lot longer than 2 seconds to fix, so take your time. That's the free advice that I will give you today. I won't lie, I did think that I was going to run out of Clicos. I think I have 300 of these silver Clicos, but no, I still have some more in the box, so I guess maybe I'm using about 200 Clicos. I'm not going to go count, I'm just going to guess out loud. Okay, and one more step that I skipped previously in the plans that I probably shouldn't have, but it's okay that I did. I have to rivet the power port to the center forward ribs there. So I'm going to finish that up with 4 quick rivets. And the power port, it sits right between the seats. So the seats are going to go a little... Well, actually, right where my head is, basically, is where the seats go. And the power port's going to be right there, so that it's going to be USB power, so you can plug in a phone or whatever. If you want to come join the RV Builder Slack group, the link is in the description. Come post your broken parts on our wall of shame, so you don't just hide them in your garage where no one can see them. See you soon.